You think everyone we choose you over us and all our blessings is what you collect, but this is where she ends up in this pit. This is where you end. The prince will no longer marry you.
Please, sister, help me, please.
Her own sisters buried her alive, not knowing that the earth has chosen her for a purpose. In the ancient village of Umiaka, hidden behind thick forest and a river feared by many, lived a poor widow named Mama Ezina and her 3 daughters. The first daughter was Adieze, proud, sharp-tongued and jealous. The second was Choma, crony and wicked-hearted. But the last daughter, her name was Amara. Amara was different. She was kind, too kind. Even when they mocked her, she smiled. Even when they starved her, she still shared her food. And that kindness became the reason her sisters hated her. Every morning before sunrise, Amara fetched water, cleaned the compound, cooked food, and worked in the farm, while her sisters sat beneath the mango tree, braiding their hair and gossiping. Yet the villagers loved Amara more. Your last daughter carries light in her face, the women would tell Mama Ezina. Those words burned Adieze and Chomas like fire. One evening, while Amara washed clothes by the river, Adieze whispers to Choma, "She must disappear." Choma's eyes darken. "If she remains here, no man will ever look at us." The 2 sisters began plotting even. Far away in the neighboring kingdom of Adi Ikike, news spread that Prince Jedina would soon choose a bride during the New Yam festival. Every maybe in nearby village prepared for the celebrations. Adieze and Choma were saying this was their chance. But deep inside, they feared only one thing, Amara, because Amara's beauty was impossible to ignore, not just her face, her spirit. The New Yam festival arrived with drums, dancers, and crowds from many villages. Women wore colorless wrappers, men displayed restless skins, masquerade filled the streets. Prince Jedina rode into the arena on a white horse, surrounded by royal guard. Every girl screamed with excitement. Adieze stepped forward first, smiling proudly. Choman followed, pretending to be gentle. But when Prince Jedina looked at them, his face remained cold. Then Amara entered, simple wrapper, no jewelries, barefoot, yet the entire crowd became silent. Even the drums seemed to pause. The prince stared at her like a man who has just seen the moon descend from heaven. "Who is she?" he asked quietly. Jealousy exploded inside Adieze. Choma clenched his fist. The prince walked directly toward Amara. "Would you dance with me?" The entire village gasped. No prince had ever asked an ordinary village girl to dance before. As they danced, the prince would not remove his eyes from hers. For the first time in years, Amara felt seen. That night, the prince announced before everyone, "I have found the woman my heart chooses." The crowd erupted. Adieze nearly fainted from rage. Choma's face twisted with hatred. They returned home in silence, but inside their hearts, murder has already begun. 3 nights later, Adieze enters Amara's room with a smile. "Let us go to the forest tomorrow morning," she said sweetly. "We want to gather special herb for your wedding bait." Amara smiled warmly. For once, she believed her sisters had finally accepted her. The next morning, before the sunrise, the 3 sisters entered a deep forest. Birds cried straightly overhead. The air felt heavy. Amara noticed something unusual. "We have come too far," she said nervously. "Just a little further," Choma replied. Finally, they reached an abandoned clearing. At the center stood a large pit. Amara froze. "Why is there a hole here?" Before she could react, push. Adeze shaved her head. Amara fell screaming into deep pit, tuned. Her head twisted painfully. "Please," she cried. "Sisters, help me." But instead, they began throwing sand into the pit. Amara's eyes widened in horror. "No, no, please." Shovel after shovel. Sand covered her legs, then her waist, then her chest. Tears rolled down her face. "Why are you doing this?" Adeze leaned closer. "Because you stole everything from us." Choma smiled wickedly. "Now the prince will forget you." Amara screamed until her throat burned, but nobody came. The forest swallowed her cries. The sisters buried her alive and walked away. Darkness, silence, breath fading. Amara struggles beneath the soil. Her chest tightened. Tears crept down her face as death slowly approached. Then suddenly she heard whispers, soft whispers, like voice beneath the earth. The ground around her began to tremble. A strange blue light appeared. Snakes slintered through the soil around her body, but they did not bite. Instead, they encircled her protectively. Then the earth cracked opened. Amara dropped deep underground into a hidden cavern, glowing with blue fires. She cracked into shallow waters, coughing violently. Before her stood an ancient woman, dressed in white. Her eyes glowed silvers. "You are not meant to die," the woman said. Amara trembles. "Who are you?" "I am Nimiri, mothers of the river spirit." The old woman touched Amara's forehead. Instantly, visions flooded her mind. Her father, the prince, her sisters laughing while burying her alive. Then another vision, herself sitting on a throne made of water and snakes. Amara gasped. "What is happening to me?" Nimiri spoke softly. "The river has chosen you." Days passed. Beneath the hidden river's kingdom, Amara healed, but she was no longer ordinary. Her hair grew longer and darker. Her eyes carried strange powers. Snakes obeyed her command. Waters moved when she raised her hand. The river spirit trained her. "How do I return home?" she asked one night. Nimiri looked at her carefully. "You may return, but vengeance changes the soul." Meanwhile, back in Numakia village, Adeze and Choma pretended. Amara disappeared in the forest. Mama Ezina cried endlessly. Priest Jedina searched for weeks, but nobody found her body. Eventually, the priest stopped speaking to anyone. His heart remained broken. 1 full month passed. Then one evening, during the heavy rain, a river began glowing blue. Villagers gathered in fear, snarling. A woman emerged from the water. Her white gown flowed like moving waves. Massive snakes coiled around her shoulders. Her eyes glowed silver. The villagers screamed and fell to the ground. The revered princess, but Priest Jedina stepped closer, carefully. Then he whispered, "Amara." She looked at him silently, not smiling, not crying, different, powerful, and terrifying. Adeze and Choma nearly collapsed from fear because they recognized her immediately. Sisters, the burial alive has returned. That night, nobody slept. The river princess walked through the village barefoot, while snakes followed her. Children hide indoors, dogs bark endlessly. When she reached her mother's house, Mama Ezina burst into tears. "My daughter." Amara hugged her gently, but her face remained emotionless. She has changed too much beneath the earth. Later that night, she appeared outside Adese's room. The candle suddenly blew out. Adese woke up sweating. Then she saw Amara standing beside her bed. Mud covered her body. Warmth clawed across her skin, exactly the way she looked when buried alive. Adese screamed loudly. But before anyone arrived, Amara vanished. The next night, Choma heard whispers outside her windows. "Why did you bury me?" The voice repeated endlessly. Choma shook violently behind her blanket. Suddenly, snake poured into her room. She screamed until sunrise. From that day forward, terror consumed both sisters. Everywhere they turned, they saw Amara. At the river, in mirrors, inside windows, sometimes standing silently beside their bed. The village began whispering, "The river princess has come for vengeance." Priest Jedina refused to believe Amara was evil. One night, he followed her secretly to the glowing river. There he witnessed her speaking with spirits rising from the water. "You should fear me," Amara told him quietly, without turning around. "I do not," the prince replied. Finally, she faced him. Tears filled her glowing eyes. "They buried me alive." The prince froze in shock. "Who?" "My sisters." Rage exploded inside him. The next morning, he summoned the entire village. Adeze and Choma denied everything, but suddenly, the ground began shaking violently. The earth inside the village square cracked open. From beneath the soil came Amara bracelet, the same bracelet she wore the day she disappeared. The villager gasped. Then more evidence appeared. Her torn wrapper, her bead. The truth could no longer hide. Mama Ezina fainted in horror. Priest Jedina roared with anger. "You bury your own sister alive?" The sisters fell to their knees, crying, but Amara remained silent, cold, watching. The elders gathered to decide judgment. Some demanded death, others feared Amara's growing supernatural power. That night, Nimiri appeared to Amara beside the river. "Revenge is standing before you," the spirit said, "but if you let darkness consume you, you will never return to yourself." Amara looked towards the village. Pain battled inside her heart. The next morning, the villagers assembled again. Adeze and Choma trembled before everyone. Priest Jedina asked Amara softly, "What do you want to be done to them?" The entire village became silent. Amara walked slowly toward her sisters. The snakes around her body hissed loudly. Adeze cried uncontrollable, "Please forgive us." Choma collapsed, face first into the dust. For a long moment, Amara said nothing. Then finally, "You buried me beneath the earth like I was nothing," she paused. "But I will not become monsters like you." The villager gasped. Instead of killing them, Amara banished them from the village forever. They will wander, carrying the shame of what they did. The elders agreed immediately. The sisters were driven away before sunset, never to return again. Months later, peace returned to Umaka. Priest Jedina married Amara in a round ceremony unlike any the kingdom has ever seen, but people still feared her slightly, because sometimes at night the river glowed blue and shadows of giant snakes moved beneath the waters. Amara never fully lost her connections to the spirit world. She became known across many kingdoms as the woman who returned from the grave. Mothers told her stories to their daughters, not as a tale of revenge, but as a warning. Jealousy destroyed families, hatred creates monsters, and evil done in darkness always return to light. Please subscribe, like, comment. Help me to share this video. Let us build this channel together. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.